Okay, hello everyone. I think this stuff works. Bear with me for a second until I check this stuff is actually working. And it's going to be Javier Milei in English. Javier Milei explained. Okay, maybe I can get a link here. Okay. Good stuff. Closing doors, getting the sound quality good. So first off, hello everyone. I'm Daniel from Argentina, and I am creating this channel just to explain the things that I see are not being told about Javier Milei. I see lots of content in English are getting created every day, but they are shallow and they lack the depth to really explain and understand why Javier Milei is so popular right now. What does his existence mean for the current trends on politics and freedom and everything? So I want to explain all that. So first, the first thing we're going to do today is I'm just going to go over, introduce my channel is Javier Milei Explained. So go here / Javier Milei Explained, and that's going to eventually show you my profile. Apparently is fairly new still, so that's fine. And now I'm going to go into my YouTube studio to show you. We just have very few subscribers, but that's fine. I just want to make public all the videos that I have uploaded previously, and I made private because I stopped the channel for some time. I was dealing with other stuff. So interview with Luis Majul, which is one of the journalists here in Argentina. So this one is public. This is the second part of the same interview, public, and this is the third and final part of this interview, and that's public too. I want to go and check this, open in a new tab, and...
All right, Mr. President, nearly 100 days into office. Thanks again for hanging with us. Lots to talk about.
More competitive market structures. And
so the videos there are dubbed in English using software with AI. That is, it's kind of expensive, but I managed to do a few translations. So let me just turn everything back into public. So that's public. Javier Milei inaugurates. That's public. This one's pretty fun because this is in a public school here in Argentina, and this dude in the background faints at some point, and then this girl also does, because they couldn't manage being stand up for so long. And so these are tests and see which one sounds better. 90 steps in the freedom index in one hit. I don't know if this is good or not. I mean, let me know in the comments. This is the first appearance of Javier Milei on TV, year 2014. So I'm making this one public too. Let's check it out for very, very brief.
Sounds ready. Javier Milei, an economist, releases his book in Tucumán today.
Yeah, we're here to show off the book called Economic Policy Against the Clock. And yep, we're going to be showcasing it at the Sheraton Hotel at 9.
That's pretty fun. What else do we have here? Anarcho-capitalist Javier Milei. This is the first video that I published on this channel. From rockstar to anarcho-capitalist to president. Hey everyone, that's me explaining some stuff here on the channel, so that's public too. This is assorted stuff from other purposes. Hermit speech at opening session. This is the parliament session opening on year 2023, I think, last year. Sorry, we're in 2025 already, so this is the opening on 2024, of course. That's public too, so you can check it out. What else do we have here? Okay, that's all I had for now. I would like to continue in the future adding more content dubbed from Javier Milei discourses and speeches. And the other thing that I'm going to do is, well, first made this all public, so you have content there to go check it out. How to go see my channel? That's a good question. Studio. Okay, let's go back to the studio. Then it says your channel. Yeah, it's just like that. It's YouTube at Javier Milei explained. Yeah, that's it. I was missing the at symbol. So that's, I mean, you have content there to go see. Is I think is quite relevant, and these are handpicked speeches, so I think that's really good. This is the live streaming we are doing right now, and now I want to go check out what's new, because I know Javier Milei is on the US for the Trump inauguration. When does Trump inauguration occurs? When is that going to happen? And schedule. Why finding information is so hard. I just want to know the date. Hold on, want to do one more thing, which is this, and take this back to the bottom, so I can go to the live chat. That's what I want to do. Ah, okay. tomorrow. So this was today. So tomorrow's Monday. What happens to the day standing this year? Why is there a gap between elections and inauguration? Oh my gosh. Who's invited? Who is invited? Invited. Yeah, very useful. Indian Express. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be tomorrow, but I know Javier Milei was already giving speeches. I wonder why everything appears in Spanish here, because I have everything set up to English actually, but yeah, regardless. 2, 3, 24.
Thank you. Hola a todos. Nunca creí que me iba a sentir tan en mi casa como me siento ahora.
And here comes the question. What should I do with all these videos? Should I translate live what he says? I think that's going to be kind of boring, but the only thing I can do other than that is just turn on subtitles and just correct whatever comes wrong on the subtitles. But I know many of you won't like to kind of be there and read subtitles, because that's forces you to pay attention to the screen, and that's not good. You may be hearing this while you do something else. So he says he feels at home.
Buenas noches a todos.
Nice,
Quiero
everyone.
agradecer a los presentes, a los organizadores que han hecho posible esta velada. Es un honor para mí estar aquí y recibir el premio Titán de la reforma económica en este día.
Thank you, everyone. I'm honored to receive this Titan of Economic Reform prize.
Para quienes no me conocen, yo soy un economista que ha sido honrado con la tarea de conducir los destinos de mi país. Durante toda mi vida he sido un amante de la teoría económica.
For whom don't know me, I'm just an economist, and I was picked to drive the economy destination of my country. For my whole life, I've been a lover of economy theory.
Y los hechos, la teoría y mi propia historia me han llevado a abrazar las ideas de la Escuela Austríaca de Economía.
Facts, theory, and what happened through my whole life led me to be tied to Austrian economy ideas.
Y en especial las ideas de la libertad.
Especially freedom ideas.
Como tal, mi compromiso con las ideas de la libertad, es decir, con la defensa del derecho a la vida, a la libertad y a la propiedad, es inclaudicable.
Yeah, as such, my willing to fight for ideas of freedom, private property, and
y producto de
what else? And life are that's a tough one. Are strong.
De haber vivido la mayoría de mi vida adulta en un país consumido por el socialismo, ser honrado con esta distinción me llena de orgullo. He dicho ya en otras oportunidades que el socialismo es una enfermedad del alma.
Yeah, socialism is a sickness of the soul, as I've said several times before.
que ataca y corroe al ser humano en sus valores
It
fundamentales.
attacks and distracts the human in its core fundamental values.
Y si no se enfrenta a tiempo, puede llevar a la miseria, como ha ocurrido en mi país.
Yeah, if it's not healed on time, it can lead to misery, as it occurred on my country, that's Argentina.
Sin embargo, las mayorías silenciosas se están despertando y producto de ello, el curso de la historia está cambiando.
Luckily, silent majorities are starting to raise their voice, and for that reason, the trend of history is starting to change.
Hoy me honran con la distinción de titán de la reforma económica.
I'm honored today to be named the Titan of economic reforms,
Y debo decir que el título es realmente acertado,
and I had to say the title is certainly accurate,
ya que la tarea que estamos llevando adelante en Argentina desde hace un año es verdaderamente titánica.
because the task that we are acting on Argentina for over a year is really titanic.
No solo por la dimensión, la profundidad y la complejidad de las reformas que estamos llevando a cabo,
Not just because the intensity, the depth, and the wide, the size of the reforms,
sino también porque debemos luchar contra la extorsión y el sabotaje de los
but also because we have to fight against extortion and sabotage
intereses corporativos
of
enquistados en el poder del antiguo
corporative interests that are stuck in the base of the earlier power, or the ancient power that was there all the time.
régimen. Por eso quiero aprovechar para compartir con ustedes algunas ideas sobre lo que estamos haciendo, que algunos ya están llamando el milagro argentino.
And for that reason, I want to share some ideas that things that we're doing that some are starting to call the Argentinian miracle.
Pero también algunas falacias de la política tradicional, porque la batalla es larga y necesitamos las herramientas intelectuales adecuadas para ganarla.
Yeah, and some lies that are being spread by the standard politicians, because we need the right tools to fight the intellectual battle and to win it.
En primer lugar, nuestra batalla es contra las ideas del gradualismo.
Yeah, first, our fight is against gradualism. Yeah.
Los argentinos estamos acostumbrados a la desilusión.
Yeah, we Argentinians are used to being misled. How's that word pronounced? Desilusión in English. Disappointment. One thing that happened, and the reason he says that, is because Kirchnerism was the political power, the leftists somehow over the past, I would say, 18 years, but they went out of office in 2015 when Mauricio Macri won the election. At that time, Argentinians thought that Kirchnerism was finished, and then the ideas of freedom started to gain their weight back again. But this guy was afraid to do the things he had to do, and was kind of trying to do things go gradual about the changes, and for that reason he says that things have to change and you have to turn the switch to make the changes as fast and possible, regardless if they are rough, because even with that the hurt will be lower than if you do it gradually, the destruction of the economy and everything that happens.
Es el producto de haber vivido en un país infectado por el socialismo durante 100 años. Han habido dictaduras y gobiernos democráticos, pero la única constante ha sido el colectivismo en alguna de sus formas.
We went over several presidencies. Some of them were de facto, that's when the military coup takes the power, which is something that's on Argentina constitution. It's not illegal per se, but it means that the democratic ruling is not going well. But the thing that was there all the time was collectivism. That's a kind of policy that means that things are not going to, the government is not working for you, but it's working for a group. And yeah, things go sideways when you mention the group thing.
También ha habido, es cierto, experiencias reformistas, pero hasta ahora todas
Yeah, there were some reform attempts,
habían fracasado.
but all of them failed.
Ninguna había podido hacer la transición del colectivismo empobrecedor al capitalismo redentor de los pobres.
None of those attempts was able to change the trend from impoverishing collectivism to capitalism that takes people from out of poverty.
Este ciclo de ilusiones y fracaso durante décadas ha provocado que muchos argentinos opten por emigrar si tenían la posibilidad o se
Yeah, for this reason, many Argentinians migrated to other countries. I've seen many friends, like maybe half of my friends, migrated over to Europe and some of them to the US because, yeah, no opportunity, things worse, went worse day by day here over the past 20 years.
intenten con sobrevivir si no la tenían. Esto se ha repetido a lo largo de prácticamente todo el siglo XX.
This was the trend over the whole past century,
Con la consecuencia de destrucción de riqueza y capital que implicaba,
which with its own destruction of value and capital that it implies.
caracterizando lo que nosotros hemos llamado el siglo de la humillación argentina.
The title that Milei puts to it is the century of Argentinian humiliation.
Coaliciones de gobierno que habían sido elegidas para implementar reformas en la Argentina rápidamente fracasaban y el círculo vicioso volvía a empezar.
There were coalitions, like politic coalitions between different forces to take power and make and implement a change change of system, but they all failed.
La pregunta que muchos hicieron durante décadas era ¿por qué? ¿Por qué las coaliciones reformistas han fracasado en la historia argentina?
There's a lot to unwind there. The Kirchner and then his wife, because Kirchner died, but Kirchnerism is one of the many forms of Peronism, and every time since the return of democracy in 1983 in Argentina, every time there was a government that was not Peronist, they overtook the government, or there were riots and disturbs generated by them politically, but on the streets, or civilian unrest generated by Peronist groups to take down governments. So there was only one government that was not Peronist that finished their period and handed over the power to the next one that won the election and was able to complete the term of 4 years. There was only one, and that was Mauricio Macri, the last president on the 2015. So what that means is that Peronists always try to to kind of gain the power by democratic means or by taking over the power of others, like making disturbs and things like that. Obviously, a coalition that was not very strong politically, because the coalition was like Party A and Party B that were not Peronist assembled together to win the election. But then as soon as they won the election, they started fighting each other internally for power or for influence. And for that reason was not strong politically to complete the term or to fight against the Peronists that are very vertical in their power alignment, and for that reason very strong, politically speaking.
La razón es simple. Hasta ahora, ningún gobierno, con excepción del gobierno del doctor Carlos Saúl Menem, si uno quiere, se había animado a aplicar las recetas del liberalismo de cuajo y sin temor.
Up until now, non-government, maybe except the one from Carlos Menem in the 90s, had what was needed to apply the ideas of free economy.
Esto sucede por miedo a perder apoyo,
It's
miedo a
easy to
romper
fear,
acuerdos, miedo a la protesta
not
social
having support,
o perder las
or
próximas
social
elecciones.
unrest,
Esto es
or
porque los
losing
políticos, sin
elections.
importar su partido, tienen como primer mandato mantenerse en el poder.
Yeah, this is because politicians has like their first priority is to remain in power
A cualquier costo.
at any cost.
Recién después piensan en hacer los cambios que habían prometido.
Only then they think that maybe they will make the changes they have promised.
De la misma manera que un empresario busca la maximización de las utilidades de su empresa, un político tiene un driver principal ante cualquier otra cosa: maximizar la cantidad de tiempo que está en el poder y el tamaño del presupuesto que maneja.
The same way a business person tries to maximize the earning of their company, a politician has the main driver to remain in power as much time as possible and to handle the biggest budget possible.
Es por ese miedo a perder apoyo que acomodan sus ideas a mantenerlas tal que les brinde la tranquilidad.
For the main reason that they are afraid to lose support from the population is that they are subject, so their ideas are subject to change just to gain more popularity.
Equivocadamente, que así se quedarán más tiempo en el poder.
Misleading them into thinking that that's going to take them into a longer term or period of time.
Como tal, bajo la excusa que sea, aún los que quieren realizar cambios o reformas optan por reformas que de tinte gradualista, que inexorablemente terminan.
And for that reason, even the ones that are willing to make the change that is needed end up picking more gradualist options
fracasando.
that
Es interesante
end up in failure.
esta paradoja. Podríamos llamarle la paradoja del político reformista.
This is a paradox that we can call the reformist politician paradox.
Convencido que las más importantes para que un país cambie es su permanencia en el poder, producen su propio fracaso.
Who is convinced that the most important thing for a country to change is the fact of him being in power, which is the thing that makes him fail.
Pues bien, nosotros somos reformistas, pero no somos políticos.
We are reformists, but we are not politicians.
No operamos bajo la premisa de lo que más importante es nuestra permanencia en el poder, sino que para nosotros lo más importante es implementar nuestras reformas.
We don't care about how much time we remain in power. That's not what we want. What we want is to implement the tools to make the change, to implement our reforms.
Gobernamos sin miedo, aplicando medidas de shock para generar confianza en la sociedad.
Yeah, we exercise the power without fear, and we implement the shock measures to generate trust in society
Y en el mercado,
and the
no
market.
solo porque esas son nuestras convicciones, sino porque además la evidencia empírica nos acompaña.
Not only because that's what we believe in, but also because there's evidence that works.
Desde 1952 en adelante, todos los programas de shocks, sacando el del 59, fueron expansivos de la actividad y el empleo, y todos los programas gradualistas terminaron mal.
Yeah, from that year, all the shock, every time that a shock therapy was applied, it worked, but every time a gradualist therapy was applied, it didn't work.
Segundo, no consensuamos con el enemigo.
Yeah, and we don't make deals with the enemy.
La otra falacia que suelen aplicar los políticos reformistas es la falacia del consenso. La mayoría de las experiencias reformistas se chocan contra una clase política que les dicen que deben consensuar sus reformas con ellos.
Yeah, the other problem that this kind of politics have is that they want to generate consensus for the reform ideas that they have.
Sin embargo, si los políticos a los que uno enfrenta representan una ideología opuesta,
Yeah, and that means like making a deal with all the politics or the majority of the politician spectrum.
a la propia, que ha sido la causante de todos los males, no hay ni puede haber nunca.
But it results obvious that if you have in front of you the politicians that are the ones that are guilty of making the changes for the worst, there's no chance that they're going to agree. There's not going to be any kind of agreement with them on what has to be done.
Posibilidad
to
de
fix
acuerdo. No puede haber acuerdo entre el bien y el mal
There
porque
cannot
trabajamos
be-
para intereses antagónicos.
There cannot be an agreement between evil and good because we have two very different objectives.
No se pueden negociar los términos de una reforma con quienes viven de conservar sus privilegios.
You cannot agree the reform terms with someone that lives to take the advantage of the current situation.
Por otra parte, en tercer lugar, hay que ocuparse simultáneamente tanto de lo urgente como de lo importante. Nosotros asumimos en un contexto absolutamente crítico, sabiendo que lo urgente era estabilizar la economía, pero que lo importante era desarmar el leviatán colectivista que
Another important part is to separate the urgent and the important. The urgent stuff for us when we took power was to dismantle the ticking bomb
había sido montado en la Argentina durante los últimos 100 años. Por eso, nuestra segunda medida en materia económica tuvo
to dismantle the ticking bomb that was the economic pressure that was heating up, and they had to dismantle that to fix the urgent problems of the economy, and then after that to dismantle the collectivist Leviathan, he calls him, but it's the huge state that we have here in Argentina, and the many offices and mechanisms and rules and things like that, and spending that's on the government level to start dismantling all that. For that reason, their second measure was
tuvo que ver no con lo urgente, sino con lo importante. El decreto
not because of the urgent, but about the important.
7023 fue el inicio de un conjunto de reformas estructurales que indudablemente
And the statement 7023 was a set of structural reforms
abrirán nuestros mercados y nos acercarán al resto del mundo.
with aim to opening our markets and shorten the distance with us and the rest of the world.
Y vaya que ya lo está haciendo.
And it already started working.
Al poco tiempo de dicho decreto, enviamos el proyecto de ley bases al Congreso, que en conjunto representa
right after that decree, we sent over the bedrock, that's the name of the law, to the Congress.
Presenta una reforma del Estado 8 veces más grande que la llevada a cabo
Which comprehends a change of the state that is 8 times bigger than the previous one done
por el gobierno de Carlos Saúl Menem.
by Carlos Menem, president during the 90s, I think from 1989 to 1998.
Es decir, hicimos la reforma estructural más grande de toda la historia argentina, revirtiendo 123 años de decadencia.
So what he was saying is that Menem, the president from the 90s, which made the US dollar and the Argentinian peso 1-to-1, kind of dollarized the economy in Argentina, he made huge reforms. What Javier Milei is saying, that Javier Milei and his government, the changes that they have already made are 8 times bigger than the one from Carlos Menem. And that this is the biggest change that has ever been done, and is reverting 123 years of changes towards collectivism.
Es decir, que nosotros no solo nos preocupamos por lo urgente, que era estabilizar la economía.
For that, what that means is that we don't only handle the urgent stuff, which is to stabilize the economy,
sino que también encarnamos el proyecto de reforma más ambiciosa de la historia de nuestro país.
but we also are started working on the most ambitious changes trend on the history of Argentina.
Lo hicimos todo en simultáneo,
We made it all at once
porque lo urgente no es justificativo para postergar lo importante.
because the urgent is not a valid excuse to postpone the important.
Cuarto punto, y sobre todo muy importante a nivel global, achicar el Estado.
Fourth, and very, very relevant for at the world level, is to downsize the government. Yeah,
La
downsize
idea
the
que les
state.
quiero dejar es que reformar el Estado implica devolverle poder que le fue quitado a la ciudadanía.
One of the ideas that I want to lay over and leave for you is that downsizing the state implies give back power that was taken away to the citizenship.
Y la única forma de hacerlo es achicando el Estado.
And the only way to do it is to downsize the state.
No hay otra.
There's
Lo
no
digo en
other way.
respuesta a quienes abogan por un Estado grande pero eficiente.
And I say that because there's people who's saying that the state can be big but efficient.
Sé que puede sonar lindo o bien
Yeah, it may sound nice or well-intentioned,
intencionado, pero créanme que cuando un político les dice quiere un Estado eficiente, está abogando por mejores mecanismos para robarle.
but trust me when a politician say that they want a more efficient state, it's just working towards the idea of more efficient mechanisms to stole from people.
La riqueza a los ciudadanos.
Yeah, to stole, from citizens.
El único Estado aceptable es el más chico posible para
The only acceptable state is the smallest possible,
devolverle al pagador de impuestos lo que es suyo
to be able to give back to the taxpayer what is theirs,
y terminar con la venta de favores.
and finish up with the favoritism or just internal corruption.
No hay mejor método que eliminar la burocracia estatal para que no exista la posibilidad de vender esos favores.
There isn't a better way than dismantle the government red tape to take away the chance of selling those favors.
La vida de la gente no puede estar sometido al criterio de un burócrata
Life of people cannot be subject to the criteria of a bureaucrat.
detrás de un mostrador. La
against a desk.
desregulación es el único camino exitoso.
Deregulation is the only successful path.
Es el camino de la motosierra.
Yeah, it's a chainsaw path.
Porque un Estado que se arroga tareas que no le competen terminan por incumplir sus responsabilidades básicas.
Because a state that wants to work on stuff that are not their responsibility end up not paying attention to the basic responsibilities that it has.
Como decía Murray Newton Rothbard,
As Murray, Newton, and Rothbard said,
el inventor del anarcocapitalismo, cuanto
the inventor of anarcho-capitalism,
mayor sea el tamaño del Estado, menos recursos se utilizarán para satisfacer los deseos de los consumidores que han contribuido a la producción.
as the biggest the size of the state, fewer resources are going to be used to satisfy the desires of consumers whom have contributed to production,
Y más recursos se utilizará para satisfacer los deseos de los consumidores que no producen,
and more resources are going to be spent to the consumers who won't produce.
o sea, los parásitos, los
The parasites,
amigos de los
the
políticos.
friends of the politicians.
Finalmente,
I mean, who can argue with that?
aún habiendo realizado todos los cambios que hemos hecho en este primer año de gobierno, que además ha sido catalogado casi unívocamente como un éxito absoluto,
Yeah, so after facing the facts of the changes that we've done over the first year of government that have been recognized publicly and unequivocamente, like without question, as an absolute success,
ya que hemos logrado en el primer año el superávit fiscal
because this is the first year. On the first year, we have achieved superávit,
en 123 años,
the first time in 123 years that there is one whole year of superávit in Argentina.
la inflación mayorista del 54%
And inflation went down from 54% per month
al 0,8%.
to 0.8% per month. This is the majorist inflation, which is also known as future inflation.
Hemos reducido la pobreza del 55% al 38%.
Poverty went down from 55% of the population to 38% of the population
En un año.
in 1
Ya
year.
tenemos mejores niveles de actividad y crecimiento que cuando asumimos.
There's already better activity and growth records than when we started the term,
Y recién llevamos un año de
and we're just 1 year on the government.
gobierno. Además, el decreto 7023 y la ley base han
Also, the decree 7023 and the bedrock law
sido solamente la punta del iceberg.
have been only the tip of the iceberg.
Aún nos quedan 3.200 reformas
We are still 3,200 reforms away.
estructurales por delante, porque nuestra meta es ardua,
Ahead that we have to do, because our goal is very hard,
pero simple.
but
Queremos hacer
simple.
de la Argentina el
We want to make Argentina the freest country of the world,
país más libre del mundo, porque sabemos que la libertad genera prosperidad,
because we know liberty and freedom generate prosperity.
porque sabemos que nuestras ideas funcionan,
We know our ideas work,
porque lo hemos comprobado durante todo este año.
because we have showed that we have saw that throughout this whole year.
Esto ha sido solo el comienzo.
This is just the beginning.
Lo mejor está por venir.
First thing is about
Y además
to
quiero
come.
dar las gracias por este reconocimiento. Que Dios bendiga a cada uno de ustedes y a los argentinos. Hagamos nuevamente grande a la Argentina y a Estados Unidos y que la fuerza del cielo nos acompañen. ¡Viva la libertad, carajo!
Yeah, he's just giving thanks for the recognition, and he wishes that Argentina becomes great again and the US becomes great again, and the strengths of the heaven come and help us. And long live freedom, god damn it. Yeah, so I think that's been it. Then
Muchísimas
he
gracias.
salutes. I think this person is Jorge Rubio, right? Let's check on that. Is this person Jorge Rubio or not? Let's see. Jorge Rubio. Well, what's the name of this person then? Yeah, there's no information here. Trump Rubio. Okay, so what do you think about this method of just picking Marco Rubio? That's the name of him. This method of just talking over on top of Milei. And doing a live translation. I don't know if this works or not, but this is not the last video that I'm going to make. Let me know down in the comments if this is kind of okay or it's just annoying to hear this, or this is like too long to pay attention, or the tone of my voice is not the right one. So let me know so I can improve. So the idea is to continue. I mean, I will be sharing videos of Javier Milei and speaking about some things that he says and explaining the background, the reasons why he say what he says. I will be making another video explaining why I know so much about Javier Milei. Obviously, I've been following him since he first appeared on TV, and he made a lot of appearances on Argentinian TV and then on many YouTube channels as well. And there's a whole trend about libertarianism and freedom in general, and free economy that's been growing here in Argentina over the past, I would say, 10 years. So I would like to speak about that and also compare the spectrum of the politics on the US, compare it with the one in Argentina, so we can speak with the right terms. Things like, for example, the liberals in the US are exactly the opposite of the liberales in Argentina. So liberals there on the left and liberales here are on the right. So things like that. I want to make a video about that, but let me know if you have any questions about Javier Milei, about things that are happening in Argentina, because there's more videos coming speaking about this thing that I'm very interested in, and obviously it's very, very relevant for me and also for the whole world, I think. So this has been all for now, for today. I was just spent a whole bunch of time setting up the stream here on Streamlabs with this YouTube channel. So that's all for today. I am Daniel Nuske, reporting from Argentina. Let me know your thoughts and see you back again on the next one.